All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 801. I'm your host, GBD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who gets his wings every time Randy Pitchford says something stupid. Wombat.
I have so many wings.
So he's going to fly right through the ceiling.
That's how I gained all that weight.
Because you had
from
wings?
all my free Randy Pitchford wings.
Oh, I meant like wings, like
I know what you meant. I turned it into something else.
Oh, you can't do that. You have to give me a heads up when you're gonna do that. Anyway, ow! I just scratched my leg where I fell off my little deck tonight on the back of my house onto a big wall of rocks, and so I cut my leg and I just touched it and it hurts now. So that reminded me of it. If you want to watch the video, you can go look at it on my Threads account. It's good. Finally, that Ring camera has some purpose, as opposed to just giving me videos of the squirrels that are climbing the trees and saying that there's a person in my backyard. But it's just a squirrel with its arms out and its legs hugging the tree, and it thinks that's a person.
A little hat on, some pants.
No, it's just a squirrel. I mean, you think like the detection on that would be a little better at this point, that it would know the difference between a squirrel and a person, but
no.
Anyway, I'm fine.
That's good. So you a Threads man now? Is that your? Are you going in on the Threads?
Threads what? Oh, no.
Clothes. It's slang for clothes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the kids are calling it.
I was like looking at my shirt and I was like, what is that? This is like some new brand? No. I didn't give it that much thought. I just was like, this would be funny.
It sounds like no.
No, definitely no. The answer is no. I just thought it'd be funny if I said I had a Threads exclusive video.
Okay. And it was me
falling.
I've been going on Threads more lately. I didn't know if that was like, yeah.
What's going on over there?
I have no followers on Threads, which is kind of sad. It kind of bums me out a little bit. So
what?
I don't know, because I post things and there's no reaction. I'm like, some weather we're having.
Well, you don't like that.
And nothing. Nobody wants to talk about the weather on Threads.
No one wants to talk about the weather with me. So it just makes me sad. That's all.
Right. I didn't want Elon to have access to my video of me falling off my deck.
Mm-hmm. He does. Yeah, because he'll put AI in it.
Oh, what?
He'll put some AI in it, probably.
He can do it anyway.
Yeah.
You can't replicate that, though.
No.
You would know.
I would know.
That's quality. So, how is everybody's Long Island Retro? Should we do a little wrap up?
Sure. I had a good time at Long Island Retro.
Did anybody buy anything?
I know we bought stuff. Nothing for me, but both my children got things. Sabrina got some. She likes blind boxes, but specifically the Japanese blind boxes, like the big ones. So she got 2 of the Kirby ones.
Okay.
So she was very happy with those.
What was inside?
It's like these little dioramas of like scenes of like Kirby doing something cute, like on a swing in outer space or in a garden eating apples with other little Kirbys. And, she has like a thing. She keeps them on her shelf and She's happy. I'm happy. I'm trying to remember what Elliot got, because I know he got things too. But yeah. Oh, he got a whatchamacallit, a Nuka-Cola bottle cap, bottle opener, and pin. It's like all in one. So
it's a bottle opener that you wear on your stuff,
it's like it's a pin and a bottle so you can put it on your bag, and then you have a bottle opener, and it looks like a Nuka-Cola bottle cap. So
nice.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's all I can think of off the top of my head.
Ship, I think you didn't even buy anything, right? Because it was too.
No, we got I mean, it was super crowded, the shop. We got a few just like really cheap Wii games, right? So like my kids have been.
Were you the only people buying Wii games, you think, there?
There were some others, but that was clearly why we were going for there was like multiple reasons why we were going for the Wii games. One, because my kids have been playing some Wii lately. 2, because it was less crowded to look at the Wii games in in every little seller's booth there.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, look, these are like, they're trying to give these away. But like, because they're all priced like $6 each, or
Right.
2 for $8, or 3 for 10, or
Right.
I don't
Get these
just
out of
take
here.
them. Somebody take these from us. So we took some of them.
Nice.
So yeah, now I own Guitar Hero 3 for the Wii, and Guitar Hero Aerosmith,
Also
and
important.
a Ben 10 game, because that made it $10
Mhm.
total. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I came out with this year. Like, usually I come out with a Sega CD game every time, but I feel like I saw a couple there that I didn't have, but it was stuff that I just wasn't going to play, like some like flight simulator, like Vectric type of looking thing.
Right.
And
unlike Guitar Hero Aerosmith.
Right, I'm going to play that.
You're going to play that?
Yeah.
You have the guitar somewhere?
I found one at an antique mall for $15 with a Wiimote in it.
Everything's
Did you
coming
remember
together.
that the Wii guitars had a Wiimote that you put in to make them work?
I did.
Yeah,
remember
you
that.
had to put the Wiimote in there. Mm-hmm.
I did not recall that, but
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of fun. The shopping was too much. Like,
too many people.
It's too many people. There's too many choices. Like, the thrill of the hunt is not always there in that situation, because you're just like
the layout,
every booth,
right?
It's the layout, and like all the booths, like, oh wow, Saturn games, like, yeah, like you get excited if you see like somebody or a shop or whatever selling Saturn games in the wild.
You do?
But like, I do.
I know.
I do.
I know you do.
Like that's I always get excited if I see those crappy Sega CD or Sega Saturn cases.
Right.
Like, that's a highlight. It's like, oh wow, yeah, remember these things existed? But like, when you see so many of them, and the prices are never going to be super in that scenario,
right?
Either, because everybody knows what they have.
So you're saying it should be more like shopping at Tiffany or something?
I
have a person bring you around.
Lots of video games were being bought, so I think it was doing perfectly fine for itself, and they had a lot of good vendors.
Right. But no, you make a good
just
point.
A lot of people too.
If you make the shopping more comfortable, then people will buy more things, probably. Especially older people who don't want any nonsense. Like you. It's you. You're the older person.
That's part of it too, is like I have a large collection already, so it's like I see stuff and it's like, yeah, I have like most of this selection of games here that I would want.
Right.
So it has to be like something like really that stands out, like Guitar Hero Aerosmith for the Wii.
Do you want to get a booth next year and then you can sell some of your games that you have?
Maybe you
doubles
just
of?
get a booth, and then like the vendors could come by. And,
right,
like,
that's what I'm thinking.
Just bring me like 10 games to like look at and see if that's what I'm looking for or not.
CAGcast booth, but it's really just going to be mostly your stuff.
No, I just need the vendors to bring the interesting things to me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you need to trade. Maybe you could trade them. You have like some doubles, maybe.
I do have some doubles.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it was fun. It was great. It's a great tradition. So thank you.
It's a great show. Like in all reality, like it's a really well done retro show. Like, that has a lot of room, like, and a lot of stuff set up everywhere. It's just that shopping area is very cramped.
Right.
Do you think they could get away with putting vendors on the second floor, or do you think it just wouldn't work? Or even the third
there's
floor?
not enough room up there to really move around on the second floor.
They need to go to like Nassau Coliseum before they tear it down.
I don't know. Like, it's such a good venue anyways, though. 'Cause it's cool. Like, you've got fighter jets behind you, like, while you're playing some old PC game.
That part doesn't make a lot of sense, but it is cool. I agree.
It makes sense because it's cool. That's okay. It's very cool.
That's very cool. Very cool.
Very cool.
There's no show feedback here, I guess, because we haven't done a show in a while. I did just put up the show from LA Retro, so you can enjoy 2 shows this week for the price of
800th show.
For the price of 0. So enjoy that. And
will.
I guess we've been busy watching things because I see Watch This Jerks is chock full of content.
I'll say there's a lot of this stuff on here I've seen, and some of it I haven't. But
Mm.
I'll go first since my thing is up there, right there on top. I did watch a movie. I watched the John Cena Aquafina masterpiece Jackpot on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I thought about you on that because there was an article in the New York Times about hate watching stuff, and it was mostly I think I'm pretty sure the author was a woman because most of the shows she was talking about were like female oriented shows. But they were all shows, I guess, that aren't reviewed well, but she needs to watch all of them. And I feel like you are like that with these movies. Like you know the movie's probably not going to be good because they can't seem to make a good one of these. And you want them to be good.
I do want them to be good. I am going in this with the open mind of here's where what I'm going in with. I'm going in with I like John Cena.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I hate Asians, but I'll give it a chance.
I have no issues with Aquafina. I actually liked her in a handful of movies that I've seen her in. And I like Paul Feig, the director, who directed some of my favorite films,
like such
Bridesmaids and Spy. Spy, I think, is still a top tier comedy. I enjoy that movie very much, as well as being the creator of Freaks and Geeks. So there's a lot of I'm like those three things together could make for at
an
worst,
hour and 40 minutes of my life.
Wait, do you look at the reviews first?
Movie.
Do you look at the reviews first?
I did look at the reviews for this one.
And then what were you thinking when you read the reviews?
I'm like, it was weird because I looked at them and a lot of the reviews were like the movie goes for the reviews were always that the movie goes for the laugh first. That was the big criticism.
Okay.
And that was considered a negative in the reviews. And that confused me because I'm like, but this is a comedy. Why is going for the laugh in this comedy considered a bad thing? So I'm like, so that actually made me want to watch it even a little more because the reviews didn't quite correspond with what I would consider being bad in a movie like this.
And how was it?
That makes sense. It was fine. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's not very good. You don't need to see it. You could never see this movie, and your life will in no way be any different than it is right now.
Yeah.
So,
we've been having trouble finding things to watch recently because I guess we were caught up on all the things that we have been watching. So we watched the latest Mission Impossible movie, which is called.
Is that Ghost Protocol?
Nope.
No.
Not Dark Territory.
Phoenix.
Not Dark Phoenix. Not
Tower.
Not Dark Meat Chicken. All right, now I'm gonna look it up.
It's called Dead Reckoning.
Dead Reckoning.
It's called Dead Reckoning. I looked it up.
Right. I mean,
and I saw it, and I still have no idea what it was called, so that's okay.
I mean, first of all, they say the title of the movie within the first 5 minutes of the movie, which is never a good sign, right? You think like it's not good. It's not good. Like they couldn't come up with other words. They had to use the title of the movie like right away. Did you see The Ship or no? You watch any of these Mission Impossible movies?
The first 3? I don't think I've seen any since like that.
Right.
When they were
the first one is good. The second one
every other year or something.
The second one is okay.
Right.
The third one is pretty good, but then they get really good after that.
Okay. Now I just misremember these movies, but I remember them being like really complicated and never understanding what's happening, but has a lot of great action scenes going on, and even like forgetting like. There's like a lot of characters, and I'm even forgetting like who's who. Is that a good guy? Is that a bad guy?
Yeah. Where do I know this guy from? Yeah.
It's like a lot going
Jeremy
on.
Renner here.
But I feel like with this one, they made it for dummies, I think. They just kept it really stupid. Like any moron like myself could follow what's going on. It's a renegade AI is dangerous. Some people want to use it as a weapon. And some people want to destroy it, aka Tom Cruise. That's the plot of the movie.
Nobody wants to use it for porn?
No, because it's only
You don't
a
need AI.
combat.
You don't need AI for porn.
Right. There's plenty. The
There's
library is very full.
Yeah. There's plenty of real intelligence porn.
So, I mean, I couldn't tell you the plot of any of the other Mission Impossible movies at all. But this one, it was very simple. So, like, I guess
Every single one of them has the same exact plot.
What is it?
The plot is Tom Cruise has been disavowed from the U.S. government because they think he did something that he didn't do. And then he has to go find the MacGuffin to prove that he didn't do the thing that they think he did, so that it could just happen all over again in the next movie.
See,
and that
that's so
happens
confusing.
in this movie too.
It doesn't. In this one, see, it doesn't. That's so confusing. I couldn't even follow what you were saying. In this one, right from the start, he's like, against you, and I'm just gonna do this, which is like fight the AI. And they're like,
but at
okay.
some point, doesn't the U.S. government think that he's like stealing the AI?
No,
feel like that
they want
happens
the
now.
AI. They want the
Yeah.
AI.
Hmm.
It's too simple. This one,
They want this one. They want the AI,
and he
but
wants
he
to
doesn't
destroy
want
it.
He wants, he doesn't want to give it to
But
them.
they don't even know anything about it. It's just like a very simple. Like the writing is very simple. When Ving Rhames is talking, like it's like they try to make it like he's some great philosopher, but the dialogue is just very simple. So like a middle schooler wrote it or could understand it. Like it's just, I feel like it's a departure from the other movies in that way. The action's fine, I guess. I don't know. Tom Cruise looks weird.
Tom Cruise at times looks his age, which is not a bad thing.
He
I
should
think
look
when
his
I-
age. Why shouldn't he look his age?
What I said about the movie is that when the light shines on him, especially in 4K, you can see the reflection of where it's hair dye. Like you can tell where
I'm not looking that close.
it was like one of those things that I just noticed. But the
Right.
thing is, once I saw it, I couldn't not see it, and
Sure.
that was my downfall. I'm sure if I never noticed it once, I would never notice it. But if you notice it once,
Right.
it's like, oh yeah, look at that.
I noticed that he really wanted to show off how fast he can run because he's
Mhm.
running very
That's
fast.
part of his it's part of his contract, I think, in all of his movies.
Is to
He
run
gets to
really
run.
fast. Like
I think so. I think that's like built in. Like he has to have a scene where he runs.
Many
Because
scenes.
Yeah, but he's good at acting like he can run.
He is good at that. Is he not running fast?
I'm sure he's not. He's
Really?
like 5 foot nothing, right?
But he's looking like he's running
How
fast.
dare you?
It looks like he's running very fast
Right.
in
No,
famous
he's good
places.
at acting like he's running fast.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Me and Mrs. Cheapy didn't really care for that one too much. I wanted to stop watching it after an hour and a half, but Mrs. Cheapy really encouraged us to finish.
To finish that last 10 minutes of it, or
No, it was another hour and 10 minutes.
whoa,
It's a 2 hours and 45 minutes, and that's only
It's
part
a very
one.
long movie.
Only
It's a
part
very
one.
lo-
There's
yeah.
whole nother part coming out. Nothing even
Well, we got to
happened.
find out what happens to Peggy Carter.
That's who she is. I mean, I don't know. Who cares? It was lame. I don't know. I wanted to like it. Did not like it.
it sounds like you're there for part 2. Opening
No,
weekend.
there's no way. It's probably gonna be like 4 hours.
2 hours and 45 minutes.
Is that right? I'm pretty sure that's.
Why?
Let's see. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. Yep, 2 hours and 43 minutes. Yeah, fuck that movie. Sorry, but I guess it made a lot of money because making another one. What do I know? I just want to
watched
give
Pirates
another.
of the Caribbean 4. That's what I contributed.
What?
I watched Pirates of the Caribbean 4.
Which one is that? Is that the
that
one
one's
with
Dark something?
Dark Reckoning?
Yeah.
Dead Reckoning?
Dark-
I mean?
Yeah. That's Pirates of the Caribbean.
Is that the
Dead
one
Reckoning.
like Orlando Bloom isn't in that one, right?
He
There's
is
no-
not in that one, and it's noticeable that he's not in that one.
Okay. I don't know if I even saw that one. I don't think I did.
It's one where like it does the exact opposite of what Chibi was describing in the Mission Impossible movies, and that all of those movies were always super easy to follow, and you could like
They're for kids.
Yeah,
for the
and
most
you
part.
like they had well developed characters that like you kind of like rooted for, and like even the bad guys, you're like, oh, this guy's a likable bad guy, and like
Right. He's got some funny lines.
yeah, this one is like super confusing, and there's like so much early exposition because they're trying to introduce you to all these new characters, but
What's the
then they
name of
don't
it?
really like It's
Do we
Pirates of the Caribbean 4.
We don't know the name. Hold on.
Dead
let's
Man's
see.
Chest is what somebody's saying. I knew it had dark in the title, just like you, DP.
No, it's not. It's Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. Is that
Stranger
it?
Tides, that's it.
See?
It has mermaids. The mermaids are there.
Now, let me ask you this question. At any point in the movie, do they say on Stranger
Yes.
Tides? Or they do?
They definitely talk about the Stranger Tides.
Do they say that they're on Stranger Tides? Do they say Pirates of the Caribbean?
No.
Do they say the whole thing in one sentence?
They did not say. I do not remember them saying the phrase "Pirates of the Caribbean."
Us Pirates of the Caribbean truly
No,
are on
no.
some stranger tides.
When you say it like that,
Roll
maybe
Right.
they may have said it. Yeah, that one. We all got done watching that one, and we're like, all right, I guess that was like it's still like enjoyable to watch Johnny Depp do the whole pirate thing, Captain
What
Jack
year is this
Sparrow.
movie? 2011.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean,
That's a
we're
long time ago.
It is a
Yes.
long time. Like these were the biggest movies at the time. Like it was
Sure.
huge.
Yep.
And then they decided to like not like a bunch of those actors just said like, nope, we're out, or they wrote them out or something. But I don't know. We got one more to go until we're done with the Pirates franchise. We're
Good luck.
alternating between Jurassic Parks and Worlds and Oceans.
Ooh, did you guys watch
11s
Jurassic
and-
World yet?
No, we're early on in the Jurassic Park. We've only watched the first one.
Okay, and they were
So-
okay with that because that could be a little scary.
Yeah, they were fine with it.
Okay.
They're perfectly fine with it. So yes,
It's all downhill from there too. But
Right. Exactly.
yeah, but they're still
Not much.
they're fun for kids.
Sure.
I haven't seen all the worlds. I only saw the one world, which was fantastic in
this-
40X.
I watched the second World, and it's up there with one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
The Lost World?
No, is that the second? Not the
Oh wait,
second
no. So not Jurassic.
Park
Park.
2.
Yeah,
Not Jurassic Park 2.
not.
Jurassic
I'm sorry. The name of the
World
movie.
2.
That movie is The Lost World: Jurassic Park.
Mhm. Well, not that one.
It's Jurassic Park 2.
Not Jurassic Park
And
2.
I know this because it drives me crazy how I have to alphabetize that movie.
You have to, by the way.
Yes. You have to put that under L.
the library police. I'm gonna come.
Yes. Sorry, Wombat, but you watched the
okay.
second
World. Jurassic World.
Jurassic
2.
World,
And I never
Dark.
saw the third Jurassic World. I never
Right.
saw that one because the second one was
Jurassic
so bad.
World, Dead Dinosaurs.
Mhm. We're trapped in a mansion with dinosaurs. That's the movie. They're trapped in a dinosaur mansion. It's like a haunted house movie, but instead of ghosts, it's dinosaurs.
And the doorways are bigger, so the dinosaurs can fit through them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like high ceilings and stuff.
Sure.
Why it's in a mansion.
I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. I'm just trying to figure out how to make it work.
This is how they
I
made the
mean-
movie. This just
Mhm.
coming up with these ideas.
A really rich, eccentric guy was like, "Fuck it, I'm not going to make a theme park for dinosaurs. I'm already
not gonna
rich."
spare any expenses on the
Mhm.
height of these ceilings.
Right. Well, and fuck the public. Like, I'm going to have like Michael Jackson. He's like, I'm going to build. He had his own amusement park.
I'm going to have a T-Rex in my living room.
Right, and he's going to
What
have his own
can go
mansion.
wrong?
I'm going to
Uh-huh.
build a separate mansion for the dinosaurs in the back, and I can go visit them in their dinosaur mansion.
Exactly. And at some point, Chris Pratt's car is going to break down and he's going to need to use the phone.
Or the guy is getting too old and he needs to pass down his dinosaurs. He has no family
I actually
members.
think that might be in that movie, but I forgot. Like that sounds like something I think happens in that movie. Like someone dies and there is like a whole like inheritance angle to that movie.
To inheriting the dinosaurs?
Inheriting, I mean, he's a rich guy, so
Right.
there's something there. And I could be making this up. I watched the movie once, but
Right.
that movie was so poorly received that the writer director of it was fired from Star Wars. Imagine how bad you have to be to get fired for making a Star Wars movie.
Right. That's rough.
Mm-hmm.
We've been talking about bad things. I just want to give another shout out to Thelma, which is a movie I mentioned a while ago. Just because I still think about it. It was so good. That's the movie about the 90-something-year-old grandma who got her money stolen in a phone scam and then tries to get her money back. And it's really funny and cute and heartfelt.
You should watch The Beekeeper. Same plot.
But there's a lot of fighting in it.
There's a lot of fighting in it. Yeah.
There's less fighting.
And it's probably very much dumber.
Yeah, this was smart and funny. It was really funny too. So I don't know if it's streaming anywhere for free yet, but you could either rent it or keep an eye out because Thelma was really funny and good. What else are we watching?
I think Wombats talked about this, but I got around to watching it last night. The Greatest Night in Pop. This is the documentary on Netflix or around We Are the World.
Mm-hmm. I know that
Have
song.
you watched this? Have you watched this, GP?
I lived it. I didn't need to watch it.
There's a lot you don't know.
I know. I'm just kidding.
It's very interesting, because it all is just in that one night, and so it has so much footage.
That's cool.
Of just all of those artists being in the one room for essentially from 11 o'clock at night until 8 a.m. the next morning recording this thing.
Right.
So
after an award show that they were all at together too, so they were all exhausted already. So it's this whole the fact that they pulled it off is kind of crazy.
It's what's something cool that you see in it? Billy Joel doing Blow or something?
Did you know that Waylon Jennings was there for a while?
I don't even know what he looks like.
He looks like a cowboy.
He's got a black cowboy hat on.
And he was like, "This sucks," and he walked out. But he's still in. He's still in the video when they're singing the "We Are the World" because he was there for that part when they do the chorus at the end. So they kept him in there for that, and he still gets a credit for not being an a-hole. But he did walk out before they finished.
That's
He's
his
like,
prerogative.
"This is dumb," and he left.
He's right.
He walks out during a part where Stevie Wonder decides that there should be some Swahili lyrics.
Yes.
And he's trying to teach everybody Swahili lyrics for We Are the World. And then they talk him out of it because in Egypt they don't speak Swahili.
No.
No.
But why Egypt? Why Egypt is important?
That's the whole
Ethiopia.
Sorry, I meant Ethiopia, not Egypt.
Right, okay.
I misspoke. But yeah, because they're feeding the kids of Ethiopia, and they had to explain this whole thing because it was going off the rails. They only have that one night. That's the whole thing. Is you only have this one night, and you see all these superstars just like screwing up, and there's the whole Bob Dylan subplot of him just being super uncomfortable and out of place.
Yes, Bob Dylan
in this room.
Bob Dylan was very shy and did not feel comfortable singing in front of all of these people. And everyone who's there says the same thing. They're there because they want to meet Bob Dylan. And Bob Dylan's like, I can't do that. I just can't.
Why am I here even? Why
am I here? You have Lionel Richie and Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder, the greatest singers in the world. And I'm Bob Dylan. I can't do this.
Don't forget they had Dan Aykroyd too.
And Dan Aykroyd. Dan Aykroyd was only there because his manager was everyone else's manager.
Yeah, they never they mention one thing about Ghostbusters and they make a joke about Dan Aykroyd during it. They never touch on why in the world Dan Aykroyd is here.
Is he the only non-singer there?
He's a singer.
Yeah,
he's a singer,
but
he has a gold record. He has the Blues Brothers record, which is a gold record, and he sings every song on that. So.
Sure.
Yes.
Sorry, Dan. I didn't mean to offend you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you watch on the TV side?
I started watching on Plex, streaming on Plex for the first time ever. It's ever been available in streaming or even in syndication. Is the Drew Carey Show. With all the original, it had licensing issues because they use a lot of licensed music. So this is the first time it's streaming anywhere. From the Drew Carey Show that started in 1995. I hadn't watched that show, I think, since it went off the air in 2003. And I wanted to see if it holds up. It kind of holds up. Kind of. I mean, the first season's a little slow. Maybe I'll get through it, but it's not bad. It's funny still. The jokes still land.
Plex is a streaming service now?
And Plex has a lot of stuff.
They do. I had no idea.
Yeah.
And you could turn it on and you can watch the Drew Carey Show. I mean, it's free, but it has commercials.
Right.
It's not too bad.
It always had commercials.
Yes, exactly. It's like watching it. You know, it's funny though, because it's streaming and streaming rules are different, and streaming ad servers are different than TV ad servers, the commercial breaks aren't during the commercial breaks. Like Drew will say something that's like,
right.
I don't know how we're going to get out of this pickle. And then it's going to go right into it. And then he'll be like, and that is when I learned that drive a Ford today. And it just goes right into commercial.
Fucking horrible.
So yeah. So because the technology just isn't quite there yet. But as a show, it's still a good show.
I'm glad you can see past the technological shortcomings to enjoy the Drew Carey Show.
To enjoy the Drew Carey Show. You know what? A lot of people enjoyed the Drew Carey Show. It is a good show. It's a funny show.
Right.
It's got good actors on it. And yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching the new Netflix series from the makers of Tiger King called, it's not called, is it called Chimp Crazy?
It's called Chimp Crazy.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was called Chimp Lady or Chimp Crazy.
Chimp Crazy.
Okay.
Chimp Crazy.
It was one of the Microsoft Bing quiz answers today.
Oh, good. So we watched the first episode of that, and it's it's more of these like crazy animal people who are just like way into the animals more than.
I'm not doing this one. I can't do the chimp one because I know what chimps do to people, and I can't handle that.
You do see
Lionel wouldn't even hold or hug the chimp in We Are the World.
Mm-hmm.
Bubbles, you mean?
Michael? Yeah, Bubbles.
Oh,
he didn't want anything to do with Bubbles.
Oh, Bubbles would never rip your face off, probably. But there is a guy whose nose got ripped off, and you see him in the first.
Yeah, I'm good.
Episode.
I'm good on this show.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip this one.
But that's not really what it's
Chimps
about.
ain't so bad.
Well, he's got it reattached in the show. It does look horrible. It does look like a chimp ripped his nose off. But that's not what it's about. It's about, keeping
You lost
chimps.
me already. I'm already nauseous from this. We're moving on to the next show. Don't care.
Okay.
Don't care.
This one's even more disturbing. This is the new Vince Vaughn show that's on Apple TV called.
Is it a show or a movie?
No, it's a show.
Oh, I thought it was a movie.
It's called Bad Monkey.
Mm-hmm.
What is everything he's in just have bad in the title?
It's also what was the last one?
I don't know. I just feel like he has a bunch of stuff that he's in that he just calls it bad to begin with.
Not a good idea.
That's Billy Bob Thornton. He was Bad Santa.
Well, I know that's Bad Santa.
Yeah. But
anyway, so in this show, Vince Vaughn plays Vince Vaughn as a detective. Former detective, but he's playing the Vince Vaughn character.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't want to see that, you're not going to like this show. It's very much like the fast talking person that if this was in real life, he'd be getting punched in the face constantly.
This is a Carl Hyacin thing, right?
I don't know what that is.
He's the writer of Bad Monkey.
Oh, okay.
And
what else does he do?
I've read, he writes novels.
Okay.
And I've read some of the novels.
Okay.
And the novels are they're all basically that. It's like a fast talking, sarcastic guy it's always like the guy who's not really a detective, but he kind of is a detective who gets thrown into a mystery that he didn't plan on getting thrown into.
Yeah. That's what this is.
That's basically what his books are.
The problem is, and I like Vince Vaughn a lot, I love Swingers more than anybody, but
really? More than anybody?
Well, as much as anybody. It's just can't he do something else? We don't want to, I don't think we need to see him doing this at this age. And also his hair, it's very disturbing looking at that, whatever they do to make his hair look like hasn't lost all his hair, probably plugs or whatever. It just looks like, come on, dude, no guy that age has hair that looks like that naturally. It's just very distracting. Mr. Chibi couldn't get past that at all.
He's only 54.
Still, you see the hair, when the hairline is back like that and it's up, you got to look at a picture. It's very, but I don't know. That's not the problem. The problem is that it's this character from Swingers, but he's 50 something and people don't really talk like that in real life. And it's just same old thing from Vince Vaughn. If it was a different actor.
I was getting Fred Claus confused with Bad Santa in my mind. So that was on me. Yes, that was a Vince Vaughn movie. Fred Claus.
Fred Claus. He is the brother of Santa Claus, played by Paul Giamatti as Santa Claus.
Okay. It's not Vince Vaughn in that?
No.
Oh.
It is Vince Vaughn. Vince Vaughn is Fred Claus.
He's Fred
okay,
Claus.
got it. Santa
Vince
Claus
Vaughn
is
Fred
Paul
Claus,
Giamatti.
but Santa Claus is Paul Giamatti.
I got it. I'm not
You
going
might
to
know
watch
him
that
as
either.
Rhino.
Yes, you might know him as Rhino. Did you watch the trailer for Kraven the Hunter?
I didn't.
No, I have not watched the trailer. I want to go in blind on that one. I think that's
Okay,
best.
then I'm not going to say anything.
Wait, Paul Giamatti's in that?
No, there's another Rhino.
Oh.
I know that there's Rhino because it just makes sense that there's going to be Rhino versus Kraven.
Because he's a hunter.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the Spider-Man villains are animals.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I also watched the first episode of Batman Caped Crusader on Amazon.
What's that one about?
It's basically just the animated series.
Did you like the female penguin?
I did like the female penguin a lot, actually. I thought that was
She's a little
interesting.
ruthless.
It was just really interesting. I wasn't expecting it. And so I was like, oh, they made the female penguin. And, and she's mean.
She's super mean.
Yeah. Good.
She also a Cobblepot?
She is.
I think she is Oswalda Cobblepot.
Oswalda?
She is.
Really? Is that her name?
But there's other Cobblepots.
Oswalda?
There are other Cobblepots.
Anyway, that was good. That seemed pretty good. And like you said, Wombat like skewed more adult.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is the show I remember. Oh, no, it's not.
Right. It is. Yeah. Now that I remember the plot of that episode, I'm like, yeah, it's not really kid friendly unless the kids are like tweens.
Looking for some sexy penguin.
No, she's not sexy.
Okay.
She's just murderous.
She's a very murderous penguin.
Let's go to new releases. There's a lot here.
Sure.
The hotness this week, I guess, besides Madden, is this Black Myth Wukong. You know about that?
I know that if you stream it, you can't talk about it or something.
No, you can't talk about COVID.
Yeah, you can't talk about COVID.
No, you can't talk about COVID or feminist propaganda.
What is feminist propaganda?
That's a great question.
I mean, that's like, I feel like a serious question too. I don't know what that means. Does that mean like
better figure it out before you start streaming this game?
I'm like, oh, this game's great. I'm having a great time playing this game. That's the game where they get like a monkey guy, right?
I think it's a monkey guy. I don't know if this is like another retelling of the Monkey King. I'm assuming it is.
I believe so. Whatever, it's fine. This is great. The action's great. By the way, you know who should vote? Women.
It's propaganda.
Is that considered feminist? Yeah.
I don't even. Yeah, I don't know. Now this game is a Chinese-made game. Is this like one of like the first big? I mean, like expensive games. I see it's a full-price game. It looked like pretty expensive. So is this one of the first Chinese games to come through like that? And who's talking about these restrictions? These weird ass restrictions. Where are they coming from? I could understand if they were saying like, hey, you can't talk about like Taiwan being a free country. But like, what's up with the feminist propaganda? That's weird. Anyway, is this a PS5 exclusive or something? It's on PC.
It's on Steam. It sold like crazy on Steam.
Okay.
It's on Xbox too, according to this.
It's later. It's supposed to come later.
Okay.
It's coming later.
Thanks. I watched the video of it earlier and it seemed okay, I guess. It seems just like you think it would be from the name. I don't know what that means, but it somehow did. What else we got this week?
I played Madden. Played some Madden NFL 25.
What are the standout features this year?
Sexism.
It's got
feminist propaganda.
Feminist propaganda.
COVID.
Did you play Madden NFL 24?
I don't think so.
Then you may find something new in Madden NFL 25. I mean, it's.
But they always say something is new, right?
I mean, there's some
bullshit.
when you do the challenges, there's like different announcers. That's kind of. But I also, when I was playing a game, I heard some of the lines that were in Madden 24 because I played a good amount of 24. So it was like they just rehashed the announcer dialogue, and that kind of bummed me out a lot. Like noticeably, like not just like it's 1st and 10, but like like the throwaway jokes and stuff like that.
You've heard a lot. You've heard them already.
I heard
times.
them all those quips and jokes. I heard them all already, and I was like, wait a minute, this is just the same exact announcing from the last game. They didn't even have the the time or the quality control to go in and record all new announcing.
Can't they just use AI Madden and have him be the announcer at this point?
That would be cool.
What year is that happening? That's going to happen,
That would be something. That would be something.
I would enjoy that. He was a coach in the last game. You could have Madden as your coach. You'd see him on the sidelines. I had Madden on my team in 24. He was on when he was a player.
Around his head?
I had Madden as a player and Madden as a coach on the same team, and it was a pretty good team. That was like my over 90 leveled team. Now it's like you're starting all over again. The only good player I have on my team right now, Ship, is T Higgins. So
he's pretty good.
He is pretty good, but he's pretty much the only player I have that's over 80. So,
I have not tried it yet.
You get your 10 hours. I'll get my 10
hours.
Yeah, I only have my 10 hours. I did not buy the game. So, but yeah, a little bummed with that announcer stuff.
Right. When they could be having AI Madden.
They could be having AI anybody if it means that the lines are new. I don't care. I don't need to hear the same thing over again because it just reminds me that, this hasn't changed much since last year, but now I have a shittier team. It's like...
What if the AI could be making up new lines all the time?
That would even be better. That would be a good use of AI. Again, I don't care who it is.
For Shizzle. That was a big hit for Shizzle.
Yeah. Have they worked in the like Toy Story or Nickelodeon stuff yet?
No, not that I'm aware of. They should do that too.
Like those kids-friendly modes.
No, like the broadcasts that they do.
Yeah. They show it on Nickelodeon with all the overlays. That would be kind of cool.
They did it with hockey too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch it with like DC Comics maybe or something. I meant to watch that or something, but I forgot.
A lot of people meant to.
Probably not. Maybe in Canada.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? New releases. Anything else we want to talk about? Parking Jam? Anybody playing Parking Jam on the Switch?
Sorry, I'm too busy playing Hentai Paradise Volume 2.
Oh.
I'm over a Parking Masters guy.
Oh. How about The Godfeather, a Mafia Pigeon saga? No. All right, enough of this.
Could be all right.
There's a new cricket game though on Xbox. All right,
I heard it has the same dialogue and commentary as last year.
Same complaints.
Oh, that's a sticky wicket.
Yeah,
ooh, that's a sticky
It's just
wicket.
Americans trying to talk about cricket. That's what they have for the announcers.
Right. That could be the DLC, like clueless Americans. Nobody wants that. Let's do Wombat's Fortnightly News because there's a new Fortnite season, I think.
There's a new Fortnite season has started since we last did a show. Oof. It is, as we all suspected and knew anyway, a Marvel themed season. We do things Wombat likes as a Venn diagram. Fortnite, Marvel, that's just one big ass circle.
Right.
So that makes me happy.
So you're going to get the Banana Wolverine.
I already have the Banana Wolverine.
And you're going to get Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
You don't have him yet, though.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. He unlocks in 2 weeks. He's timed.
Okay.
Yeah. I can grind all I want. I'm not getting Dr. Doom for 2 weeks. But Dr. Doom did some cool stuff to the map. He's got a castle, and he's got a little courtyard, and he's got a little town.
Dinosaur Mansion.
Dinosaur Mansion. But you know, it's funny. The Dinosaur Mansion is kind of like that.
They're going to steal that for next season.
They should. Oh my God. There have been dinosaurs in the game before. Dinosaur Mansion would totally work. They put a prison in there. They put the raft. If you're a Marvel fan, you know what the raft is. And it's, lots of fun little Easter eggs and new weapons. And Chip's been playing a good amount of it too. I know that.
Some.
What level are you?
maybe 20, maybe
That's not bad.
20.
It's not bad.
I don't know that I'm that high. Maybe Dashville might be 20. I might be 10 or 15. I don't
Sounds
remember.
good.
It's okay. It's
When he says it's okay, that's when you know that it's pretty good.
it's
And-
better than the car season.
Yeah, it is better than the car season.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Like
You got jetpacks.
it's got jetpacks. Like it right now, it's just like, you know, I think they put a
Tried.
patch out for it. Like all the Marvel stuff was so overpowered. Like
Yes.
you get the War Machine jetpack and the auto turret and his other like missile launchy thing. And then you also could carry around Captain America's shield. And they're like, this stuff was everywhere. So
Yep. The first week it was nuts. You would log into the game and there would be like, it's like someone vomited a comic book, and you would literally gear yourself out with this. You'd have this backpack on, the jetpack on. You would see the jetpack, and then the auto turret sitting on your shoulder, and then the missile launcher sitting on your like shoulder pads on top of that, and you're holding a Captain America shield all at the same time. So you just looked insane. You looked insane. And then when someone comes your way, you know, the auto turret goes off. You're firing all the missiles at once. You're blocking things with the shield, and you throw in the shield in someone's face. And
Right.
it was, you know, it was a little.
Do you think they make it crazy on purpose like that, just so they can take it in later and get people talking about it? And
yeah,
100%. Yeah, I mean the player count. The player count shot up once the Marvel season started. You could see it. I mean, even on like before the show, I went in and there was, I think, definitely over 1 million people playing, like 1.5 million people playing the game. I mean, that's crazy for a Wednesday night at 7:30. It's a lot of people.
Nice.
Playing Fortnite. So they know what they're doing.
Yep.
War Machine looks pretty good in the game as a skin. Iron Patriot looks really good. They put that in the game.
I've only unlocked you can tell me what level I am. You know how to do this math. I've only unlocked the first Gwen, like not the first page, but the second page.
Oh, like Gwenpool, but not in costume.
Yeah, Gwenpool not in costume.
Yeah, that's so you might be like, is that like 15? It might be like 17. That would be my guess.
I'm somewhere in there.
I'm 51.
It'll get done. Like, yeah. I don't know. 51 seems like a lot.
Egregious. But, you know, it's a lot. It's egregious. It's too much. But, you know, the weather was so lousy over the weekend. So it kind of worked out.
Weather's always nice in Fortnite.
No, exactly. It's always sunny in Fortnite. So.
So much fucking water here. So much rain.
I know.
All the roads are flooding like everywhere. We're not ready for this rain.
That's why I sat in and played Fortnite all weekend. Although we did go to H Mart also, and I got those melon ice pops. So that's good stuff.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Should we talk about Gamescom?
Sure.
Starring Jeff Keighley. There's some big announcement. I mean, I don't know if there's any big announcements, but there was a trailer for Borderlands 4. That's coming.
Cinematic. It didn't show.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna watch
anything. Do you like to see like nondescript planets just like getting torn apart?
Nah.
And then a close up of one of the Borderlands masks?
No.
All right. Well, that's what that trailer was. It was like a minute and a half of that.
Waste of money.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully they don't screw it up.
Right.
Don't screw it up.
Right. I mean, the formula is pretty much set. Like
it is, but I feel like it wouldn't take much to go off of formula and make it bad.
Like
if they decided to like make it like more realistic, or they just, I mean, you could, if you tinker with that whole loot drop system just in a wrong way, it just becomes unfun. Like you've got it, like it's the same as like when you're playing Diablo, right? Like it can be more of a chore than you're actually having fun playing it.
What makes the difference? Because
you have to find the right mix. I don't know. Like you have to have you have to have a gun where you get it and go like, this is cool, and use it for long enough that it was cool to have, but then at the same time it not overstay its welcome.
Got
to
it.
where you've got the like most powerful gun and you never try anything else out.
Got it. That sounds like Diablo 2 as well. I mean, Diablo as well.
Right. It's like you want to get something cool every maybe hour or so of like, oh, this will replace one of my main 4 guns.
Right.
So I think they haven't put out a bad game. They put out some like mediocre ones in the series, but they haven't put out a bad game yet. So I'm looking forward to it in 2025.
That's not that far away.
That's what they say. It seems
have they missed Borderlands dates by that far though? Like they've been working on this for a while.
I don't know. Can I play as Jack Black in the new one?
No.
Why not?
Kevin Hart. Can I play as Kevin Hart?
Yeah. You can play as all your favorite movie characters.
I want them to be them though. I want it to
streaming
be
at home
Hart.
in 9 days.
They're all in. You're saying they're all in on the movie that they're going to make Borderlands 4 with those characters.
I think Borderlands 4 is just the movie.
The whole plot of the movie.
It's just Borderlands the movie, the game.
Smart. They double down. No, it is you, the audience, that is wrong. You must enjoy this. What are your other favorite?
They're putting out like basically a year and a half, I would guess, at least after the movie, right? Like,
yes,
you would think you'd want a little bit better synergy.
I think they know exactly what they're doing, and they wanted some time away. They wanted that movie to be a thing that happened in the distant enough past where you're not thinking about the movie when the game comes out.
Or you're thinking, this can't be any worse than the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get that.
Well, people started playing the games a lot because of the movie.
Sure.
Like it's all like a huge upshoot on Steam and everything of people playing Borderlands games.
Because they had to get that taste out of their mouth. It's like, ugh. What else do you like here from the big Gamescom announcements? I know that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle was announced that it's going to be coming to the PS5 in the spring, when previously that was not listed as one of the games, or I think specifically mentioned as a game that was not going to be coming to PS5 by Phil Spencer. I'm not exactly sure on that, but I believe that's what happened.
They have bills to pay. Microsoft has high rent.
Well, they want to sell. I mean, if you want to move copies of that game, just having it on Xbox is not the way to do that. Obviously, since they are.
Well, it's going to be on Game Pass anyway, so it's not going to move much of anything. There's not going to be numbers.
There'll be numbers associated with people paying for Game Pass.
Yes.
So
yes, I guess
that's definitely a thing. That'll keep people either continuing to subscribe to Game Pass or sign up for it if they're interested. I did watch the trailer on this.
Yeah, how'd it look?
Did you? It looks pretty good.
Oh, really?
It looks it's first person. Did you know that?
I did not.
So it's first person, so it looks a little Skyrim-y. It looks like it could have some good jank in there.
All right.
It's first, like you can do first person whipping and brawling and puzzle solving.
FPW?
Yes. It's a first person whipper.
Okay.
Wombat, FPW. Troy Baker plays Indiana Jones.
Okay. Yep. How's he do?
He sounds like Troy Baker doing a Harrison Ford impression.
All right. Fair enough.
So I think that's probably the best you're going to do for Indiana Jones game.
Okay.
I'm looking forward, after watching the trailer, I was looking forward to playing it.
Cool.
So I think Wombat, you should definitely watch it because it definitely gives some Elder Scrolls vibes.
I technically already paid for it, so I don't need to watch the trailer.
You're going to go in blind, too.
I'm going to go in blind. Yeah. I know it's going to be better than December. I know it's going to be better than Dial of Destiny, so I'm not too worried about it.
Did you watch that?
I did.
Did you talk about it? You must have talked about it.
I think I did.
Probably.
That is a terrible movie.
It must be terrible.
It is so bad.
The
end of that movie is so weird. Like the last act of that movie.
Don't give it away. I haven't seen it yet. So
oh my god, it's Yes, my big complaint to that movie is, and this is not so much spoiler because it happens in like the first 10 minutes, but Mads Mikkelsen gets basically gets smacked in the face. He's on a moving train, and like those metal signs like on the outside of a train. The train's moving really fast and his face is out of the train.
Yeah.
And it hits the metal sign, and that's when you think he's dead.
He's fine.
But yeah, not only is he fine, but when he comes back, there is no visible injury on his face.
That sign got fucked up though.
He was at 50 miles per hour. His face hit a metal sign. I'm not saying that it's an Indiana Jones movie. He's still alive. I'm on board.
Was that the comic relief, or was it supposed to be funny?
No, that was not supposed to be funny. No. Like that was, you're supposed to think he's dead from that.
Oh.
You're supposed to think he's dead from that.
Does he have a metal head?
It's not only is it not explained how he has. It's like,
spoiler.
Show me give him like a big dumb scar. Like it's an Indiana Jones movie. Give him a big dumb scar. So it's like another reason why he hates Indiana Jones is because he gave him the big dumb scar on his head.
And his nickname is Signhead.
It's just stop. It's
just
exactly.
Printed
into his head.
Yeah. Like the guy, the tot with the.
I know what the reference is. Yes.
Yeah, like I'm just saying, like it's like it's not like it's something that Indiana Jones doesn't do.
Right.
Do it.
Make it fun. Make it just really, sticking out of his head all the time.
Or something like some sort of like, this is the guy. This is why I'm missing an ear or whatever.
Sign face,
something.
They can call him. You've heard of Seinfeld? This is sign face.
Sign face.
Yeah.
Who are these Indiana Joneses?
Why don't I have a scar on my face? My head hit a sign doing 50 miles an hour. Who are these people making this stupid movie?
I've got to find the dial of destiny.
Why do they call it a dial?
It's not a dial. Does it turn?
All right. Anything else from Gamescom that we're excited about? Are we excited about the space buggy in Starfield? Now you get a space buggy.
That's out already. We downloaded the game so I could play the space buggy.
How is it?
I don't know. I'm lying.
Oh.
I did check out the Marvel Rivals trailer as well.
I've seen a lot of gameplay of that, so I'm pretty familiar with it. What do you think about that?
I don't like the robot. How everybody looks like they have robot suits.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Like they're boxy, you mean?
No, it looks like they all have like mechanical aspects and armor on them, and
it's anime inspired.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't like the art style.
Well, what if they had different skins that you could buy to give them the more realistic looks that you could spend money for? Like, let's say $20, or let's say 2,000 Captain America bucks. Whatever that. How many different currencies?
They revealed the Captain America is in this game. That was one of the reveals.
Is he boxy?
That was the one I saw.
And Bucky.
Jeff the Land Shark is going to be in that game. I know you're a big Jeff the Land Shark fan.
That's a thing?
That's a character in Marvel, yeah.
He's a hero that you can select?
Yes.
Nobody knows that character.
I do.
So you've played this game, haven't you?
Yes. Yeah, I played a little bit of the beta.
What'd you think?
It didn't do anything for it. Those types of games don't do anything for me.
You don't like the team-based, objective-based?
I don't like the team-based. I don't like it's too small a map. I need a bigger. I need a large map where I could fall from the sky and have no one near me for 10 minutes before any of the action starts.
Right.
That's how I roll. I don't need dropping in and now all 10 people are right here. And I'm like, God, what the hell am I doing now?
Activate all your specials.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, now, do I just hit all the shoulder buttons at once? I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what this character does, and I haven't been given any time to figure it out. So good luck, everybody. And that's
it's free though, right?
Yeah, it's free. All characters unlocked from the beginning too. I think.
Hey, that's that's definitely how they're going to make money. They're going to sell you the designs that look.
Yes, they're going to sell you. Yeah, it's like
smart. I mean,
you don't like how shitty the Spider-Man looks? Here's a Spider-Man that looks a little less
They're gonna
shitty.
call it normal Spider-Man.
Yeah.
$20.
They'll call it classic Spider-Man. Is what they're going to call it. That's what
Right.
they do. They call it classic.
Right. All right. Hey,
Classic Captain America, $25.
what else we
Mhm.
want to talk about from this list of things to talk about? Anything?
I don't think so.
Okay. Can we make fun of Randy Pitchford?
If you'd like.
I think we
Didn't we do
can.
that last week?
Yeah, but there's more.
Well, he's back. He's back in the news.
Yeah, he's I guess people found some tweets from 2019 where he's talked about the Epic Game Store, and how it was going to overtake Steam. And which is like, okay, you want to make a prediction about something. That's a bold prediction, and you can make a prediction in a way that doesn't make you sound like a huge douchebag, but he didn't do
it. Part of that too was they launched that Borderlands exclusively to the Epic Store.
Correct.
That, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So he in 2019 he said, from a track record point of view, my expectation is that Epic's investment in technology will outpace Valve substantially, and when we look back at Steam in 5 or 10 years, it may look like a dying store, and other competitive stores will be the place to be. If I were to bet on this, and remember, this was the douchebaggy part. If I were to bet on this, and remember, I've got a pretty good seat with a great view of this competition, Epic will inevitably surpass Valve on features and quality of service. Now, Epic hasn't done any of those things. Like they don't have better features than Steam. They have the free games, which they pay for.
They give away more games.
They give away
100%.
better games. They do give away better games, and you can play Fortnite on it.
So they got that.
It's got those two things.
But he was wrong. And like if he wasn't such a douche about it, like, look, I know everything and I see it all, and I'm in a spot where you aren't, and so you don't know shit, and here's what's going to happen. Then people wouldn't be making fun of him. He just said, hey,
but now Borderlands 4 is going to launch on Steam.
Yes. Well. And of course Borderlands 4 is coming to Steam and Epic Game Store, I'm sure, on day one.
Well, I mean, why? There's no reason not to launch on both unless you're getting paid to not launch on both.
To not launch on both, yeah.
Right. And it's funny when you make a tweet when you're getting paid to launch on one about how great that service is and how it's going to be crushing the competition after you've got a really nice check from them. And then it turns out everything you said is bullshit. It reminds me of Elon talking about like leasing your Teslas out as robo-taxis. He's got a lot of quotes like that too. Anyway.
Well, maybe he uses that money though. I mean, he's probably laughing at everybody because he probably used that money to buy the Magic Castle or whatever out in California.
Yeah, I mean, he's fucking has so much money. But doesn't mean
shirts.
And what?
Shirts? He's got all those shirts too.
Yes, what do you mean?
With the really complex patterns.
Oh, he does? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't look directly at him. I only like to look at his words. And his, provides entertainment. What are we playing? We said Madden.
We already talked about Madden. I think is this still here from the last?
I don't think we ever talked about that. I don't even know what is. That the Game Pass Call of Duty? Is that the first Call of Duty that's on Game Pass?
Yeah, that's the first Call of Duty that's on Game Pass. I played some of that single player.
Is that the one that people don't like?
I don't know.
Do you like it?
I have no idea if people like it or not.
What about you? You're a people.
I was going to say, it's a first-person shooter. It's a Call of Duty game. It's on Game Pass. I haven't played a single-player Call of Duty in like 6 years, it feels like.
And you get a jetpack in this one.
Do you? I haven't gotten that far yet.
It's like the modern one, so it's got to be modern.
There's some weird, I like the levels that are actually pretty straightforward, where you're like straight ahead, that kind of roller coastery feel of a Call of Duty game where you're just kind of running and your gun runs out of ammo and you just throw it on the ground and pick up the next gun. And like that feeling in a Call of that's very frenetic. This one has like open world-esque missions where you're just on like a map and it's like, oh, you got to get to these checkpoints on this map. Oh. And it's a little too open worldy. Not that there's anything wrong with an open world game. I like open world games. I just don't want it in my Call of Duty. And I think that's sort of where this game falters a little bit.
Good news. There's a new one coming out soon.
I know, and I'm gonna get to play it on day one.
Yes. Thanks to
all I have to do
Microsoft's
is-
monopoly. I mean, Game Pass.
All I have to do is delete everything on my hard drive.
I saw that one was like 160 gigs. The one
like,
Modern Warfare 3 or something ridiculous.
It's literally ridiculous.
Yeah, I thought about it and I saw that and I was like, that's all right. I can imagine what it's like and just pretend I played it.
Mm-hmm.
What are these pictures? Oh my God, that's Randy Pitchford. What? Those see. He's wearing shirts that look like cost like $3,000.
Yeah, at that mall, and it's the patterns.
Yeah,
it's the complicated patterns. Dan Flashes.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
These are they don't look like that. These look like the shirts that John Summit wears that cost too much money and are ugly. And
well, I think that's what they are. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there's another one. Sorry. Yeah, it's entertaining.
Oh, they don't stop. Like you could.
There's so many.
Yeah. I've been playing something on Game Pass too, and I had to write it, or I had to copy it into the outline because there's no way I would remember the name of this game.
Yes.
Which is part of a problem with Game Pass because I don't have to know the names of the games. Like once you've clicked on them, they're just kind of there, and you know, like, oh, I'm playing this game. But if somebody asked me on the street what game I'm playing, I would have no idea what it's called. But I've been playing Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess. This is a Capcom game. Which is a combination third person like sword brawler, but also with like tower defense strategy as well. So like you're playing as like basically like a ninja type character.
I love ninjas.
Like don't ask me to explain the story because no possible way.
It's okay. Wombat would just skip that anyway.
Right.
Skip that story.
There's this goddess.
This wild animal. What is that?
Right.
Is that your wild animal?
That was my dog.
Or are you really hungry?
A little of both.
Are you hangry?
Hangry, yep.
So there's this goddess that like is purifying. Oh my gosh, your dog hates this game.
He's a PlayStation guy.
Right. It's on PlayStation as well.
Oh.
So there's like an evil that's like demons that are taking over these worlds and villages and things, and there's like a big like mouth gate that's spitting out all of these creatures, and they're gross and everything. And this goddess is like purifying them, and you can like use like she's like imbuing you with powers that you can then purify the smaller things, and that's how you like free the villagers. So then you can get the villagers, and then if you get enough orbs, you can then turn them into like swordsmen or archers or the various different like types. And then you can say, okay, I want you stationed here, because the whole thing is like based on a day-night cycle where the creatures aren't out trying to get you, and then at night they come.
That's the
and you're trying to get. Yeah, that's the tower defense part. And you draw a line that's just a straight line so far. I'm a couple hours in. I don't know if it's more complex or if it's just that you get like multiple lanes that things are coming in on. You draw a line that has the goddess walk along it so that she can get to the end of the level where the gate is, so she can purify the gate. So it like takes like a couple day-night cycles of that. And the combat is like, it's pretty good. Like as far as the third person, it's got your light and heavy attacks and your dodges and your parries and like different combos of the tower defenses you're putting out. Like the archers take out the things that are flying, and the woodcutters like take out the things that are trying to get close to her on the ground. It's, I don't know, it's pretty fun. It's a unique take that I was not expecting on Game Pass. It's not trying to get you to buy anything. Like it has like a very
game.
Just an old school game of here's some levels, right. And then you play through the levels, and then you can go back to like the whole thing's got like a map that's a hub.
Yes.
And like as you're like clearing the villages, then in between you can assign those villagers once you've cleared the village to like rebuild the village. And then that like unlocks more powers for you and like upgrades and stuff. And yeah, it feels like a kind of a game that we would have gotten like maybe 20 years ago, like structure wise, but it's unique.
Right. It sounds
like
like
it.
they're not making games like that anymore. Too many.
It's Capcom came with it.
Right. What they don't know anything else.
And they named it Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess.
Yeah.
Is what they decided was how this game would sell in the West.
Hey, they got you to play it. Mission accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
We never mentioned Game Informer being shut down. GameStop just shut down Game Informer and deleted all their online archives with no warning or anything. They just basically posted something like, hey, like basically posted an AI generated goodbye message. And then erased all their online archive after someone got control of the Twitter account and posted an actual goodbye from real people. So yeah, it doesn't seem like a great business move though. Just like deleting the whole archive. Like, why would you do that? That seems like you had.
I don't.
There's no
know.
value to that. Like, it's just. I mean, the company is just not doing that well. I don't think.
GameStop? No, I don't think so.
I don't think they could be in the position like where you're throwing out your assets. These aren't like, old strategy guides that you have to penny out and throw in the garbage. I don't know. Seem like pretty tasteless also, like incredibly tasteless. Anyway, so rest in peace, Game Informer. I don't know that I ever bought a copy of Game Informer. Do they sell at the airport? I see like that scenario. I could have bought one.
I had a subscription for a long time.
Okay.
Back in the day when people had subscriptions. I used to get
spend a lot
mine.
of time at
It came
GameStops.
free, right? With your,
Yeah, it came
Yeah.
free with the
GameStop Plus or Pro or whatever they call that.
Mm-hmm.
So I had it for a little while because it came with that back when that was the place you shopped for video games.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And now what is it? Oh, you got to visit the shittiest GameStop in America. Chip,
I
when you were
did.
here.
Yeah, Wombat's daughter broke a mug.
Adding
we
to the
all left.
shittiness of the store.
Yeah, we all left.
We were at the Roosevelt Field Mall, and they
I
used to
did
have-
offer to pay for the mug,
Yes.
and the guy was like, "Don't worry about it."
He's like, look, no one's gonna even notice that mug is broken. We're just gonna leave it right there.
Apparently, it was like on the very edge of a hook, like it was dangling on the edge of a hook in the air. Not a good place to put a mug to begin with.
Right.
So,
but there used to be 2 GameStops in that mall, and then the big one closed, and they left the small one. And what'd you think of that one, Chip? Have you ever been in a shittier GameStop?
I mean, I've been in that one twice, and
It's gotten shittier though.
It's really bad. Like,
the
I don't want to
carpet
be
has
in
holes
there.
it.
Yeah, the carpet's terrible. Like there's just stuff just stacked like everywhere.
And it's tiny. It's small.
It's tiny. There's not that like there's hardly any games in there to look at.
Right.
It's all Funko Pops and mugs and action figures and
Higher margin items.
and headphones. Yeah, it's
And no air.
No air.
No
No
windows,
circulation
no air.
at all. That's just like embarrassing. Like they could like as much as anybody wants to like crap on GameStop, which is easy to do. Like
yes.
still like that one in particular, like it's like one of the biggest malls in America. Like that
Yes.
should be a flagship store
Yes.
where you are like highlighting it just for like brand recognition and like having events and everything at that type of store.
Right. There used to be a Microsoft store there. Like, but instead they just took the smallest, shittiest one that they had in like one of the worst spots in the mall too. Like it's in like the little alley kind of. Anyway, glad you got to experience that again. It's a good time.
I love it every time we go.
It was great when that mug broke. And your son was like,
leave.
your son was like, I don't know her. He just walked out of the store.
Right.
Like people, he's like, I'm not dealing with that. And just walked right out. It's like it's happened before almost. It was pretty funny, entertaining. So I think we're ready for the CAG bag. Looks like that's where we're at. Let's see. Damie Pass writes in and said, did any of us ever pick up a Steam Deck or one of its competitors? Surely Shipwreck has. They're pretty neat. Emulation on them with EmuDeck is very nice and easy and cool too. Ship, which one do you have?
I don't have any of them.
You have something though, like a backbone. That's different.
That's different.
That's just a controller for your phone. That's
even I have one of those.
Yeah. I have two different ones of those. Yeah.
Right.
Where you gotta pick one up and show it. That's what we're doing.
You have it within arm's length at all times.
With arm's length.
Chip does the podcast, listening to music in his headphones and holding on to a backbone.
Mother by Danzig is currently playing.
Nice.
I've thought about getting one of these, but every time I think about it, like the moment passes before I take action on it, because I think of like I have this Switch with all these games that I haven't played yet that is just sitting there, and if I'm not going to play the Switch, like I feel like I'm not going to get value out of a similar, like I know a lot of different games, a lot of different capabilities, but it's the same like scenario of me sitting down and playing this handheld thing. I just don't, I haven't sold myself on it yet.
Right. It's cause they're like $600, right?
Yeah. It's $600, which is for what they are. That's, I guess, okay. But it's not going to be my main gaming system. And then like, I don't have I don't have a commute where I'm sitting somewhere where I'm going to be playing it. I've got multiple screens within the house that I can like play
it's not solving
a console
any problem
or a PC if I need. Yeah. I don't have a need for it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, either. I see them at Best Buy and they look big also. At Clicksby writes in, which console were each of you most excited for in the last 20 years? Which has been the most disappointing in the last 20 years? Which is the most hyped console?
Since 2004.
Last 20 years. Oh, I didn't 2004.
2004. Yeah. I mean, they've all been all right.
I'm trying to think if I was truly hyped for any of those more than I was for like PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 2 is a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the downfall between Xbox 360 and Xbox One would be one that like I still liked the Xbox One, but
yeah, that was like a thing.
That was a disappointment. That was the biggest disappointment.
That's the biggest disappointment in that
answer.
Well, I mean, the easiest answer, I just wasn't excited about it at any time, was the Wii U, right? Like the Wii for the Wii U is like just a clear failure all around. But
true,
I never was excited for the Wii U.
Right.
To begin
so you
with.
weren't disappointed.
So I wasn't disappointed. I bought a Wii U on launch.
Of course you did.
Yeah, of course I did. But it wasn't like I was expecting that to be like, again, my main gaming console at that time.
Right.
I don't think I was expected for how excited I would be for the Xbox 360 and how big a deal that became. I mean, that was a thing when that Xbox 360 came out. That was
pretty good.
A literal game changer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Good answers. Anything else here? No, that's good. I feel like that's
all
good.
Right then.
I think we've been doing enough show. I forgot to set the timer, but I feel like it's my
soul. We're like at 1:15.
Oh, you have a timer.
No, I can just tell by what time it is.
Shit, look at you with the math. Damn. Anything else you want to say before we say goodbye? Last chance to plug.
Follow me on Threads at Wombat5277.
Why? You don't need to.
Sure you do.
I don't
Everyone
know.
needs to.
Zuckerberg is just gonna steal your kidneys.
I'm sure he will. I already gave him one, but he can't take them both.
He could.
He needs my eyeballs.
How's Orange Theory going?
Good. I went class 102 today.
I saw your
We're doing
photo.
math.
I saw your photo with the hot coaches.
Yep. I got my hot coach pics. So that was a good time.
That's nice. Were they excited when you told them it was your 100th class?
Well, I walked in because they missed my 100th class for the photo. And I went in the next time and they're like, we missed your 100th class. We have to take a picture after.
Oh, they knew? You didn't have to say anything?
I didn't have to say anything.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
And they were
you have to
cool
book. You have to book the classes 24 hours in advance, or if you want them to recognize your milestones when they happen, because then they get like a report sent to them in the morning or some shit.
Fine.
Some
they
shit
were
like
very
that.
nice. I told I have my friend who works at the front desk. She knows what number I like, so when she sees
69.
me walking in, I
couldn't get it out fast enough.
I like to be number 1.
Right. Station 69.
I like station number 1. I walk in, and when she goes, already, she'll point, so that my name's already there at number 1. I'm like,
nice.
you.
Did they make you do burpees for your 100th class?
They did not make me do burpees.
That's good.
Yeah.
Sometimes
they look at me and they're like, we're not going to make him do any more than like, he's not going to make it.
No, they don't say that.
Yeah, they do.
You know who may join Orange Theory? Who said that they're seriously considered joining? Ben Gilbert.
Ben Gilbert. Cool.
Yes. Yeah. There's one near his office, so
nice. I mean, I was about to say it's fun, but that's not really true. But
it's fun when it's over. When the class is over and you're going home and you can eat lunch and take a shower.
Well, I don't eat lunch after. I take a shower after and usually have a banana.
Right. Banana up your ass and a shower.
Banana up my ass in the shower. Yeah.
All right.
Hey, whatever works.
Whatever gets you through the workout. That's the important thing is you're consistent.
Yeah. I also go a lot earlier in the morning than you do.
Yeah, I thought about like showing up for your 100th workout as a surprise, but I'm not going there at fucking 7-something.
7:30 in the morning. Yeah. You don't want to be at my Orange Theory?
Yeah, I don't want to wake up at 6-something to surprise you. 6 p.m. maybe. Feel free to surprise me though, at mine at a normal hour. All right, everybody.
Maybe next week. All right.
Next week, yes. See ya.
Bread's done.